Hi, my name is Jane Powell, and this is Community Connections, brought to you by the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. This is a show showcasing community involvement. We've got a great event to talk about today, so let's just jump right in. Ray Whiting, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Ray, you are the committee chair of this year's 2024 June 19th celebration. Juneteenth, let me get that right, Juneteenth celebration,
Yeah.
which happens on June 19th. So now that I've got a tongue twister going, why don't you tell me a little bit about Juneteenth?
Well, Juneteenth, we'll say June 19th for good reason. We'll say June 19th. Juneteenth is about the end of slavery, because President Lincoln came out with Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. Slavery was still going on back then. And so in 1865, June 19th, 1865, Major Gordon Granger ordered the final enforcement of the Emancipation Proclamation, and it was in the state of Texas. So when you say June 19th, run it together, you say Juneteenth. So that is the history behind Juneteenth. It's the final chapter of the ending of slavery.
So it took Texas 2 years to hear and enforce the news.
Yes.
And that is what we celebrate, the final emancipation.
Yes.
On Juneteenth, which is now a federal holiday.
Yes.
Which is well-deserved. And in celebration of that, there are a lot of activities.
Yes.
Everyone's off work, so there's plenty for them to do. Why don't you tell me some of the things happening in this area on June 19th?
Well, based on last year, it was one big celebration. We had vendors, they were selling books, just informational stuff. We had food vendors on the street with food trucks. And so, it was almost like one big party. Everybody was having a good time. This year, the committee, along with myself, we said, okay, we're going to take it a step further and have a more health-aware, health-aware base. So we have invited the Family Care Center. They're going to have a truck there. Cabin Creek Health System, they will have a free diabetes testing program.
Oh, that's great.
So we're going to do that because this is something, diabetes it runs high in the African American community. So we want to be a vessel to get folks to get tested. So along with the usual, well, we have games, we have things like celebrations like dances and poetry readings, and of course we'll have Pastor Paul A. Dunn, the pastor of First Baptist Church. He is originally from Texas, and he is going to talk about the history of Juneteenth.
That's powerful.
Yes.
Wow. So Pastor Dunn will give his thoughts on his background and what he sees now. That's wonderful.
Yes.
And then, so a lot of this happens at Slack Plaza, is that right?
Right.
Which is city center of Charleston. Beautiful facility, perfect for events like this. There's a stage, so does that mean there'll be music?
There will be some music, yes.
Great.
Yes. And also, there is one other thing in planning. So we are looking into doing a trivia contest.
Trivia, okay.
Yes. So we give away prizes. We have so much. And again, I want to thank the community. Can I mention a few sponsors?
Yeah, of course you can.
Okay. First, I want to mention AAPA, African American Philanthropy in Action, the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation. Thank you. I want to also thank AARP, the Dooley Law Firm, E-Steps, the Links, and there are a few others also have sponsored Black Voter Initiative Impact. They also have sponsored. So there are so many out there. Again, I don't want to miss a few and be chastised, but I want to say thank you to all of the sponsors. and help make this happen.
So I'm guessing there's a full list of sponsors on your website.
It is, yes.
And so that website address is a wealth of knowledge, and that is juneteenthwv.com.
Yes.
So there, people can find a schedule of events,
Yes.
and a list of sponsors, which I know you're grateful for, because events like this, they take sponsorships and they take volunteer hours. They don't just happen overnight.
Right, and we also have a ton of donors as well. So again, that right there, again, this, and again, also I want to thank the City of Charleston and Mayor Amy Goodwin also. Again, this right here has been a blessing for everybody, because we started out with nothing, again, and we're growing. We're growing, so I want this to be bigger and better next year.
Well, I did go to the parade last year, and there were vendors. I'm excited this year because it sounds like there's going to be even more vendors.
Yes.
The parade's going to be even bigger.
Yes.
Everyone loves a parade, right?
Yes.
And that parade happens downtown, in the downtown area of Charleston.
Right. It starts at the King Center.
Okay, the Martin Luther King Center.
And then leaving Donnelly Street, then turns onto Court Street. It goes past the mall to Quarrier, turns up Quarrier, then it turns to Summer Street, leading into Slack Plaza.
Oh, perfect. So that's where the finale, the grand finale
Right,
is,
right.
and all the activities. Now, will the health fair, will those vendors be set up at Slack Plaza?
Yes.
Great. And most of these activities are free, is that right?
Yes.
Everyone loves free.
Who doesn't?
That's right. So there's music, there's health fairs,
Yes.
there's a parade,
Yes.
and it's free. Will there be food vendors?
Yes.
So there's food vendors, there's local restaurants. I know downtown will be open.
Yes.
We always want to support those businesses as well.
Now the food vendors will charge.
Well, I would expect that,
Yeah,
yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I would expect that. Tell me about the art contest.
The art contest is sponsored by the Charleston Institute Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. They are handling that. So the contest is for the kids who can make the best drawing. And again, it's a youth art contest. And again, it's in their hands. They will be the judge of who has the best
Interpretation?
drawing. Right. And we'll make the announcement as far as who wins on Juneteenth at the celebration.
So the way people would submit to, that students would submit, so it's kindergarten through 12th grade,
Yes.
and they would submit their original art, and that can really be any form of art, right?
Right.
So it could be pencil, it could be pen, crayon,
Right.
even digital, poetry, whatever their artistic interpretation of Juneteenth is.
Yes.
And they can submit that by June 5th.
June 5th is the deadline, yes.
And I believe that actually happens at our office. They bring the submissions to the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation,
Yes.
to our office, which is 178 Summer Street. So they're turning them in person. There is no online submission or that sort of thing. So you do need to bring the art to the foundation's office, and from there, then the committee will
Make the decision, yes.
make some decisions.
Yes.
Yes. Well, that'll be really fun. Tell me about some other things
Well,
that are happening.
I mean, we're having like a line dance. We'll have like there'll be a moment. There will be a moment where we will like a exercise routine, like exercise moment. You know, like maybe those yoga stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yes, we want to push health awareness this year, and this year will be the start. I would love to, in the future, if all possible, I would love to do things in the city like quarterly, which leads up to Juneteenth of next year. I would love to do that, but
That's a big goal.
it's in the works.
Right. Okay. Nice. So that's one way that Juneteenth is growing.
It is. And again, some folks, Jane, look at Juneteenth as a form of separation between, as far as races. And I tell people, let's have this conversation about Juneteenth, because I tell folks, if you go on YouTube and look at, or listen to Frederick Douglass' speech, what does July 4th mean to the Negro? Because when America became America, we were still slaves. So it's not a form of trying to divide, it's a form to inform and bring people together. And if you were there last year, you saw the number of people there, everybody just getting along. And again, I'm hoping it'll be bigger.
Well, if there's live music and it's outside, I want to be there.
All right.
I always have fun with that.
Good.
And weather, of course, nice weather. June, I'm just sure it's going to be a great day.
It's going to be a hot day, too.
Well, that it will be. That it will be. When you think back to last year, what are some of your favorite memories?
My favorite memories of last year, actually, it's just everybody getting along. I mean, the kids, they were very interested in the vendors as far as what they were having, on display. And they had questions. I mean, great. They need to know. And most of all, again, it was just no mishaps, no hiccups. From start to finish, it was a success.
Great. Yeah, it's quite an undertaking.
Yeah.
I know there are a lot of moving parts, and it sounds like you have a great team. I know you're working with the city to logistically and for the day, and as far as planning up to the event. They're always a great partner, as well as hopefully your other partners,
Yes.
the sponsors that you mentioned, which are still available on the website. Let me give
Yes.
you that address one more time. That is JuneteenthWV.com.
That is our website.
So
yes.
there's a website. There's also a Facebook page that's pretty active.
Yes.
And that is Juneteenth, West Virginia. Is that how I would find the Facebook page?
Yes. Juneteenth, West Virginia, yes.
So the Facebook page, and I know that's being updated regularly with new events and new activities that are happening. So I would suggest that people check there as
Yes.
well. So the website, Facebook, social media. I'm excited for what it's going to be for our city.
Yes. Can I say one last thing?
Yeah, of course you can.
I want to give a shout out to the committee who has put hard work in making this happen. Shantae Ellis, Jennifer Farr, Ms. Karen Williams, Dax Miller, Trenton, who else? Ms. Eva Jones, Ms. Janie Woodson, and there are others, like I said, Eva Jones, Marsha Hopkins. I mean, there's so many. And again, they help put this together. I didn't do this all by myself. I know I'm standing here.
Well, it always takes a team. I'm so glad you had the volunteers.
I have to give them their flowers.
Yeah, thank you so much. Ray, thank you for being here today. I look forward to the festivities on June 19th happening at Slack Plaza and around the city of Charleston. Check out the website. That's JuneteenthWV.com. Check their Facebook page. Guys, thanks so much for being here today. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.